Randy 1, 2, and
Randy, Rondi, and Rundy.
Wow, I know. I can tell you're a DM.
Yeah, and I'm raunchy.
Whoa,
It's my name. Okay,
getting raunchy.
I actually like very vanilla sex.
Like penis to vagina.
Penis to vagina missionary. I don't want any changes.
Through the pants.
Through the
lights are on.
lights.
No music.
Right.
Maybe like the sound of a garbage truck.
Yeah.
There's like a scene from Birdemic. There's like a sex scene, but they're all fully clothed still.
Yeah.
Just lying on top of each other.
The most realistic.
Yeah. No touching.
Yeah. There's no kissing.
They were like
No touching or
planking
kissing.
on top
Yeah.
of each other.
But
5 seconds and it's over.
It's definitely sex.
Yeah.
This is sex. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
And welcome.
And good night.
Hello. Goodbye and hello.
Hello.
Hello. This is episode 31.
I hope we don't start with that.
Don't start with that.
I have to now.
Don't start with that.
You can.
I always do cold opens on
It's
the
true,
podcast.
yeah.
You know this.
What is this, late night?
Yes. It is. We are recording this in the late hour of 7:08 Pacific.
I'm tired.
Yeah, right? Getting
Yeah.
older, getting a little...
Yeah. Getting
more,
wiser, maybe.
maybe also getting
Losing
more...
the energy to enact that wisdom.
Yes. Speaking of being more tired as I get older, not really true.
We're 23
Yeah,
or
I know,
25
I know.
or whatever.
Like,
I'm newly 25.
yeah.
I'm a 25
so newly
baby.
25.
Total exaggeration. However, I did experience a bit of a kind of not as much spring in my step as I once thought I had.
What are you
in a
talking
specific?
Yeah, I'm confused.
This will make sense in a moment. So last time I think I played street hockey with some coworkers during lunch last
they do
week.
like that. Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
it's good.
However,
Very tired afterwards.
I have not played street hockey since maybe grade 10, so at least several years.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
Your bones are now ash.
Well, this was last week, so I'm fine now.
Fair,
But yeah, for like a good few days, like man, lower half of the body is now non-functional. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I completely forgot how exhausting it is to. Yeah, you're never really standing still in hockey. It's the same with soccer.
Yep.
Soccer, even if you're on one side of the field and the ball's nowhere near you, you're still like
Moving
jogging around.
around.
You're
Yeah,
still like trying to get into position. Same with hockey.
Yeah, I had literally the same experience at exactly the same point in my time at that company.
Yeah.
But instead of street hockey, it was soccer, and like it just fucking destroyed me. And I was like, I can never do that again.
Oh, and also, and I mean, so that part of it is kind of unavoidable because I haven't played it in so long.
Right.
Part that was avoidable, and I'm an idiot for doing, was wearing Converse.
What?
Yeah.
God, our lives are the same.
Did you do the same thing?
No, but I was wearing like business shoes. Like they were not running shoes. They were like I don't know, like Mark's Work Wearhouse kind of like
Oh my God.
professional shoes.
Probably
right?
still better than Converse.
Very
You were wearing
bad still.
dress shoes like
Not dress
Ugandan
shoes.
militia?
Not dress shoes. No, they're like
What
just,
else are you gonna wear?
they're medium shoes.
They seem to get by. The Ugandan militia seems to get by.
Yeah, it works for them. That's my catchphrase.
No shirt and dress shoes and a machine gun.
I live my life by that motto.
That it's just being out of practice. It's like if you do that the next day again, and then the next day,
Oh, yeah.
do that for a week, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's
But
like being a good person. It's hard because you have to do it every day.
It's a muscle.
I think if I had done the same thing when I was 15, if I hadn't played hockey in a while, and then at age 15 was like, yeah, let's play hockey.
You'd be fine.
I'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm old.
You're not old, but it's just
You're-
you're no longer made of rubber and magic.
Bones are failing me.
Have you noticed like the term old man is used to describe a very old man, whereas the term older man is used to describe
Like
a
a
man that's
40s.
younger than an old man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
That's
shit,
true.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Never thought of
Like
that.
George Clooney is an older man, but like
Well, okay. The
he's
reason
not really
behind
a-
this is that older is a comparative term Right?
Yeah.
And so you could say I'm an older than old man, right? But if you're just saying older man, you're actually comparing it to average man.
Yeah.
Right? That's the noun. It's a track.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Like older relative to like age 40.
yeah, and like average man, average human man, is like 35 to 40. It's
Yeah.
like that's what we're.
I'd say like 25 because most men die at 50 or something.
I mean, not in the West, but
Heart attacks, dude. Not even once.
Continuing on.
A heart attack will kill you.
yeah, but it's like not even once is like a choice thing. You don't choose to have a heart attack.
You don't know that.
Okay. I mean, I kind of do.
No.
I feel like no one's sitting there going like, you know what, I could really go for a heart attack right now.
Hey, man, you should try living my life.
Also, thank you for just saying what we were all thinking. Heart attacks. They kill you.
Yeah.
And not even once.
Not even once.
Sometimes they don't kill you though.
Yeah, what's
Not a
crazy is some
universal
people will
truth,
die
yeah.
at their second heart attack.
Yeah. Or if they're lucky, they're third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they're God, they're fourth.
Oh yes, the great great tale of the New Testament where God died on
The second
not
Sabbath.
the first, nay, not the second, nay, not the third, but on the fourth heart attack, God did cease to exist.
The devil finally got his way.
What is this? Oh, hello on Broadway.
Too much tuna is what I would say to that.
Too much tuna.
Oh jeez.
What's our too much tuna segment? What's our equivalent of that?
I don't know the reference.
We don't have.
Oh, you haven't watched Oh Hello on Broadway?
No.
I haven't seen Oh Hello on Broadway either, but I know the origin of that, of those two characters.
Okay, just rub it in my face. Why don't you?
I'm not going to talk about it. It's not funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to do
Unless
a good
you
job
watch
explaining it.
Fair. Yeah.
I think we've talked about it on the podcast before. Not us, but
Yeah.
older episodes.
What do you mean? This is the original lineup.
Yeah.
This is
this is the reboot.
yeah.
Everyone knows the best episodes of every podcast start at 25.
Yeah, that's an unspoken rule.
Like Game of Thrones, it's like I asked someone if I should watch Game of Thrones, and they're like, the starting is a little slow, but at 25 it starts to get better.
Exactly. Yeah.
I started listening to Critical Role in podcast format.
The original campaign or the new campaign?
The original one.
Oh, man, that's a rough. Why'd you do that?
Just
go to the new campaign.
Why is it rough?
It's just like, it's long. There's a lot.
Yeah,
there, right?
but I mean, I want to start from the beginning.
Yeah, but the new campaign, you don't need to start from the campaign or from the beginning.
Well, what's the difference?
So the first campaign, you actually start in media res. They've already been playing the campaign for like several arcs by that point, without recording it.
I find that kind of. I know I picked up on that, but I find that kind of interesting because
it is interesting. No, I'm not saying it's not interesting, but like you have these established characters that you end up learning about, and it has apparently some great moments. I haven't listened to the original campaign, but it's like you can tell in the new campaign that they've learned a lot about like how to run a interesting campaign, and it's interesting that in the new campaign it seems like they've managed to catch lightning in a bottle 2 times in a row. All their characters are phenomenal, and they do an incredible job of making them come alive at the table. And it's also, this is a personal bias for me in D&D, I find the first levels way more interesting than the late levels, and the previous campaign starts at like level 9 or 10, right? And so they're already pretty much gods at that point, and there's like a joke at one point that's very funny about them being gods. But yeah, the new campaign is like, they're fragile. They almost die in every encounter, right? And that's exciting, right? It adds a lot more tension to the game than I think the first campaign probably had.
That's fair.
So what you're
but if
telling
you want
me-
to start there, you know what? I shouldn't shit on your endeavor.
What you're telling me is that D&D gets boring the more you play it.
It does. I think it's a poorly designed game in that sense, in that late game play in D&D is very difficult to do well, because you end up like the arc of Dungeons and Dragons is like do nothing adventurer who just learned a vocation, basically. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I've become a monk, I have learned the way of the Lord and am now a cleric, right? And like the first 10 levels is the progress, or like the arc is, oh, you're a little adventurer, you help small towns, you become a bigger adventurer, you help cities, you become a bigger adventurer, you help continents, right? And then when you get to like level 10, you stop helping continents and you start like forming cities.
Right.
So you begin like building castles and like having troops and having people and politics that you have to go within. And D&D has very few systems for that. Right. It's like the game kind of falls apart when it's all about role play in that point. But having that not be systemized means that everything before that was heavily systemized, and then suddenly you're thrown into this non-systemized world, and it, unless you have a really strong group for that, like really wants to think about castle management and politics of waging wars against other countries, right? It becomes really difficult, right? Or you go from forming castles to you're now fighting gods every session, right? And that's unrealistic and kind of stupid.
Just wait for the fourth heart attack.
Right.
You could always tweak the progression system though.
Yeah, you could
kind of circumvent that.
Yeah, but if you look at Critical Role, none of like the characters die several times in the first campaign, and because they're so high level, death means nothing. They always have a cleric who can resurrect them like right afterwards, right? Death means like Matt Mercer ends up having to kind of bolt on a bunch of extra mechanics to make death actually matter because it doesn't mechanically, which is good. And I've implemented similar things in my campaigns that if people die, usually they have to sacrifice something to come back.
Or if you're like me and you get brought back from the dead, nothing happens.
Well, you did sacrifice something, you just didn't know it.
Fair enough.
And so that was like that scene that you saw at the like edge of the Well of Souls.
That's
like,
what it's called.
That's
a cool name.
Yeah, that has implications down the line, but you just didn't know it yet.
At least I don't have like acid coming out of my eyes.
Acid vision?
Yeah. But yeah, so the new campaign is much more interesting in that when you're level 1 to 5, there is no way you're going to resurrect a person if they die.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like really interesting. It also takes a much different tact because they're much more of vagabonds in this one. They don't really have a home city in the new campaign. Like they spend a good amount of time in a single city, but they just kind of wander about however they want. And it's like a really interesting campaign for that. But I'm like...
Moloch. Cut. Take 2.
It's always me. But our friend always tells me about how great the first campaign is. So I'm sure there's a lot of great gold there. Also, Sam Riegel is a treasure, and he'll always be fun to listen to. So yeah. But you'll have to tell me how it goes.
Well, thank you for shitting all over the podcast I'm listening to.
No, I'm sure it's great. Like I just like... The new campaign is such a great starting point for people who don't want to be behind for 10 years, right?
That's fair, but I've got a lot of, time at work where I can be listening to something.
I got through the entire series of Grownups Read Things They Wrote as Kids, the podcast when I was working there, which was a terrible waste of my time. But God damn it.
The worst or best use of your time, depending on your perspective.
Yeah, definitely worst.
Yeah, as someone who... has yet to try DMing and who is familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, but not to the extent that you are. It's not really... It hasn't... That problem has not surfaced for me yet.
Fair, yeah. And granted, Matt Mercer skirts it super well. Like, Matt Mercer's a phenomenal DM, and he knows how to run a high-level campaign. Like, he kills it. He does such a good job at making the high-level threats like actually feel like threats and actually have interesting progression towards them. Like I think at some point, like later in the campaign, he sticks like several dragons on the party for their like final encounters, and those are like really intense fights for them to be able to deal with. And so Matt's a master. He's been doing this for years now, and he's like excellent at it. But I find like when I like tried to pick and choose some things from the original campaign to like try and get into it, but I found that I wasn't getting a lot out of it as a DM. Like I watch Critical Role both to kind of follow the story because I love the actors, they do a great job, but also to kind of like pick and choose what Matt's doing for like how he develops encounters, how he develops characters. Matt's like a really good person to come up with characters and voices and mannerisms for those characters.
He's a really good point of reference if you're trying to get into DMing.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but that's exciting. That's actually really cool that you're getting into Critical Role. I think you're going to really, really like it. So hell, maybe listen to both campaigns simultaneously. Although I think there's minor spoilers for the first campaign in the second campaign.
Oh, I can see that.
Because it takes place like 40 or something years after the first campaign.
Oh,
but
it's
in
in
a
the
different part of the world.
Oh, but same universe?
Same universe,
oh,
same world.
Cool.
So there's far-flung, like, they meet characters who were minor characters in the first campaign as they've, like, grown up and become, like, more established established members of the world.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I miss a lot of those references. So if you listen to the first campaign, you'll get a lot more.
When they meet those original campaign people, do the voice actors also do the voices?
Well,
is it Matt Mercer?
It's always Matt, right? Matt did.
I guess it has to be because
but he remembers which voices he used in the first campaign, and so he uses the same voice and like describes them in these ways. And it's really interesting to watch the players like recognize, oh shit, this is that person we knew about, right? And they like usually reminisce and talk at the table about like, oh, this person did this, and this is probably why they're where they are now.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like I said, Matt Mercer's a master. That shit's like incredibly subtle and very well implemented, and it happens like once every 10 episodes, but when it does, it's like this nice little nod that just seems to be the perfect amount.
A nice nod without being too fan servicey. And I mean, if it's a rare enough occasion, it means that your world still feels believable and it doesn't feel small.
Exactly.
That's a problem with a lot of stories that are told in whatever the medium may be. Yeah, and Star Wars is a good example of this. Like Rogue One, they brought back the because it's a prequel to A New Hope, and they had a very not so subtle cameo from those two guys from the Cantina.
Oh yeah,
who like give Luke Skywalker a hard time, like my friend doesn't like you.
Yeah.
And they just like threw them in here, like, hey, remember these guys, right? Shit like that just makes your universe seem very tiny.
Yeah. And this is like a really good way of also making it so that the new campaign isn't leaning too heavily on the old campaign. Like it's its own separate story, and it doesn't like continuously kind of go, oh, but also remember the last thing we did. Like a little like nod or wink here, like a subtle one every once in a while is really nice. But yeah, I definitely would prefer, and this is how I feel about a lot of sequels. Is I would rather a sequel instead, respect the original, respect the past, but carve out its own path, do its own thing. Yeah. And somehow, amazingly, Critical Role managed to hit this perfect balance of like totally new like way of approaching the game, very interesting and cool characters. Like there's a goblin in the party, which is great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a goblin who like wears a mask and pretends that she's a halfling, right, or like a gnome or something. And I think
I saw our friend who does art of D&D.
He did that portrait of all of them.
Super cool. Yeah, I recognize.
And it's Sam Riegel who plays the goblin, and he fucking kills it.
See now just I want to get through the original campaign so I can listen.
I mean, the original campaign also has some great characters in it, and it's fun to kind of hear the callbacks to it, especially like some of their special one-offs take place in the universe, like the timeline of the original campaign. So there's a one-off they did called Honey Heist, where they all play bears trying to make it's like a separate game system where you play as bears trying to steal honey from some sort of vault, right? And like the druid's bear is the main character who's named Trinket, but Matt Mercer plays Trinket, and he gives him this incredibly dark and like, all right, my name's Trinket.
Which is funny because like so far, I mean, I'm only like 10 episodes in, but Trinket is, I mean, he's a cuddly bear. So he just he just makes bear noises. Yeah. That's funny,
man. It's real funny.
D&D is cool,
right? No. Not a video game though.
It's not cool.
So I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, fuck D&D.
It's not cool.
If you listen to this podcast and you like D&D, fuck you.
Yeah. If you like D&D online, okay, that's a video game.
Yeah.
If you play regular ass Catan on a kitchen table with your friends on game night, fuck you.
Yeah.
Play Catan on the Switch.
I mean, you guys are trying to be funny, but I agree with all of this.
They're bringing Catan to the Switch on a serious note, and I'm very, very excited.
Instead of Settlers of Catan.
Really? I'm not excited about it. It doesn't look, I mean, who the fuck wants to play a board game on the Switch?
Instead of Settlers of Catan, because it's on the Switch, it's the Travelers of Catan.
Is that actually what they've done? No,
they should do that.
It's the original. Like it is Settlers of Catan.
No,
it's the real deal.
You're settling with your Switch on a plane.
Yes.
You're not settling anywhere, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're traveling.
Like the point of Settlers of Catan works so well because you can just like half the game is just talking with the people who you're at the table with, right? Where you're just like, oh, you like hide your sheep underneath the board, and you're just like, God, I need some sheep, guys, and you just go like, I'll give you some clay for your sheep, right, or brick or whatever it is. And then they give it to you, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he can have one sheep. He doesn't have enough to make a city." And then you're like, "Fucking,
oh yeah,
hide in my sheep."
Yeah, and also I'm gonna build this, and I'll take your longest road card.
Yeah,
very much.
Yeah, shit like that. That's
I want
like
to say
the
that
best part of
I
Catan.
completely agree with you, and I think Catan will always be better in person. But for the meme, I will continue to say, "Fucking Catan on the Switch, come on."
Fair enough. Okay, I can appreciate for the
meme.
Let's fucking go. Give me that shit. Put it on my Switch. Anyway,
I want Terraria on the Switch. It's been announced for a long time, and it's still not there. I just want to be able to play Terraria with people.
Yeah,
like
that'd be cool.
Local.
I'd be down to perhaps play it with you if you have an
I'd
interest.
be into that. Yeah, I just I want to play local co-op with Terraria. Like,
Could have a game night.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Although Terraria's like a big commitment. You need to play for like hours to get anywhere.
Yeah, I never I played Terraria barely.
Oh, really?
Just like a couple hours with some friends, and we're like, and this was back in like 2012 when we were playing Minecraft still and really into that. And we're like, haha, it's good, but it's not Minecraft. Okay, give me Minecraft. Like,
give me that third dimension.
like the shitty kids we were. So we just totally.
Sandy's judging you so hard.
Give me the Minecraft. What was that voice? It's good,
me.
but it's not Minecraft.
Minecraft.
What was that voice, man?
Just want the Minecraft.
It was just me as a kid. Minecon 2011.
Yeah.
Wait, did you go?
I did go to Minecon.
What?
No.
Yes.
What the fuck? How old were you?
I did not know this.
How old was I?
Yeah, Minecon 2011. That was 7 years ago. How old are you now?
23.
23. So that was when you were 16?
Something like I was
15 going on
around
16.
there.
And that was in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck?
Yep.
Oh my god, I learned so much about you. What the fuck?
What?
Yep.
How was it? What was it like?
It was.
Bring us back.
It was.
Was Notch there?
Take us back to
Notch
that time.
was there.
Yeah, this was back when he was.
We saw
a closet
Notch.
asshole.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't a public. He hadn't
wasn't
gone
out
public.
yet.
Now he's prolapsed.
Now he's.
He's completely out.
That is a very good joke.
He hadn't gone public.
That's my second prolapse joke of the day. Anyways, I won't go into
Managed
the
to do
first.
two in one day. Wow.
Yeah.
You twofer.
High score.
Yeah. He hadn't taken his asshole assets public yet. But yeah, we literally.
I want to buy some stock in his asshole assets.
I was waiting outside one of the booths. My friend, but I went there with Derek.
Right.
Derek and I went to Minecon.
Right.
Jeez. Like, this is really crazy for you.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I would never.
I'll give you a little. I'll give you like
Okay.
a rundown of some of the most interesting things. Also, this was back when Minecraft was starting to become extremely popular, but not to the point where every person at the convention was a kid.
Yeah.
There were a lot of kids, but also a lot of adults. They had a booth set up for Mode. I don't know if it's Mojang's game or if it belongs to
Scrolls.
Not Scrolls.
Oh,
that is
Cobalt.
Mojang. Cobalt.
Yeah.
I know it's published by Mojang, but
It is. It's a Mojang game.
company.
It's
Oh,
a Mojang.
Is it Mojang or Mojang?
I'm pretty sure it's Mojang.
it is. Yeah, like most people say Mojang.
Yeah.
I think in Sweden you would say Mojang.
Fuck
It's
that.
Mojang.
I'll say Mojang
Mojang.
because everybody else says it.
Just
that
say
way.
Mojang, yeah.
Just say
Mojang.
Mojang.
Just
Yeah.
for consistency's sake.
Mojo.
Mojang.
Momo.
So
What?
yeah, so Derek was playing Cobalt, and like literally in the booth, he's just there playing, and he looks behind him, and there's Notch just like walking right next to him, just walking on by, and he just gives him the nod. Notch gives the nod, tips his fedora,
The Notch nod.
the Notch nod, and yep, all right, well, yep, it's him.
That'll never not be funny.
So highlights. God, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I went to Minecon and I nodded at Notch.
Nodded at Notch,
And now I have
then
to
we went
hide
home.
that fact.
Yeah, it was a long time ago at this point, so it's kind of hard to remember specific moments. But saw Deadmau5 as well, because Deadmau5.
Oh yeah, 'cause they're like friends, aren't they?
Because yeah, and Deadmau5 was really into Minecraft at the time. It's funny. This is perfect. This is like perfect. Like halfway through high school, we're into Minecraft and also Deadmau5 and also Skrillex and all this electronic. Sandy is
I have to say, my favorite part of this podcast is learning about Matt's past. Like, it's so good. I love it so much.
Yeah.
we really should. Once we move the podcast over to Discord, we really should start using webcams and having video, because then you can see all of Sandy's faces.
No.
I wasn't thinking we'd record video. I was like, we should just be able to see each other.
Yeah,
but like, if you want to record the video, I mean, if we record the video, we have to start saying our last names. We didn't do an intro. My name's Logan.
My name's Sandy.
We never do intros.
We did. We always say our names.
I'm Matt.
Yeah.
And welcome to Quizzicast episode
Welcome to 31.
Yeah.
The Notch Nod.
Welcome to 30 minutes into the podcast. If you're a new listener, fuck you.
If you play Catan analog, fuck you.
No, hang out with the Catan players, piece of shit.
If you play Catan like
over
a
here, we're
person,
cool. We get
fuck
nodded
you.
at by Notch in 2011 when we're 16.
If you don't still listen to Skrillex in 2018, fuck you.
Where were you when you lost your Notch Nod virginity?
This episode's title is just called Bangarang.
I'm 15 and fuck you. I'm the coolest kid at your middle school, G.
Oh man.
All right, where the fuck were we?
You were excited about Skrillex and you were at Minecraft.
Yeah, but
Electronic music, Deadmau5 was there.
Yeah,
With his neon cat Ferrari.
Yeah, just to quickly wrap up that point I was going to make. If we took the podcast video, you could see Sandy just like the most disgusted look when I said I was listening to Skrillex and Deadmau5 at that age.
No, I don't know. It wasn't really disgusted. It was just like, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Deadmau5 was there. There was a Minecon after party for people 21 and older.
Oh.
Which for Minecraft
Did you
is
sneak in?
kind of ironic in retrospect. We did not, sadly. Would have been a lot of fun, but Deadmau5 performed at said after party, so we didn't get to see him, but we did see him roaming the halls of the convention center. We were
his
standing
helmet on or just hanging out?
Just hanging out, yeah. Just as he was, with the biggest bodyguard I've seen in my life, walking right next to him. This was so the main hall of the convention closed for part of one of the days and then reopened like a few hours later for like the evening. I guess like to give like new booths that were only set up in the evening a chance to set up and get ready. And we were lining up to go into the hall, and I look over, I'm like, oh shit. It's Deadmau5. And like there it was.
It's Deadmau5 5.
Just walking right past. Like there's oh shit, it's Deadmau5 5.
Right. Oh my god.
Yeah. That was kind of interesting. At the time
Here's my mixtape.
throw it at him. At the time, because we were way into Minecraft, we listened to a Minecraft podcast called The Shaft. The Shaft podcast. I wish Derek were here
a good name.
to tell this story with me.
Did you meet the guys from the Shaft podcast?
We did.
Excellent.
Oh my fucking god! I just remembered I made. So we had a Minecraft YouTube channel at the time that's different from Quizzical Pixel.
Right.
We had a Minecraft YouTube channel, and we created promotional material for it to hand out at the convention.
Oh my god, that's great. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's sly marketing.
It was
yeah.
a Minecraft Let's Play channel.
Hell yeah.
Like, literally, welcome to episode number 1 of my Minecraft Let's Play.
Excellent. How many subscribers did you have?
Like 100, I think.
Hey, that's
good.
better than...
Not bad, I guess.
Look at that. I mean, in a saturated market, you got 100? Fuck.
Well, not as saturated at the time, but yes.
Oh, fair. Yeah,
Yes.
No.
Still. And these were hand-drawn posters designed by yours truly. And
Wait.
I literally, like, with pencil crayon and pencil and, like, fine lining, I created these letter-sized posters. And then
Did you photocopy them at least?
photocopied them.
Okay.
No, yeah,
I was thinking like
one.
bespoke posters for
Jesus.
each one.
Just each one individually, like real dedication. No, I photocopied and made like 100 copies or something.
Didn't you know how to use like Word? Like you could have made
No.
these posters in Word.
Well, I didn't really want to. I wanted like real artwork, and I didn't really know anybody at the time who could make artwork for me.
Fair, but I feel like you just grab it on the internet.
We for a while we commissioned a lot of our artwork through our good friend CP. He's a Brazilian artist who's done a lot of stuff for us over the years.
Right.
I think at the time we didn't even know him. I think this was before I'd met him. And so, yeah, I was like, I don't know any art friends, so I'm just going to make the poster myself.
Sick. Yeah, industrious.
Industrious. And I have a copy around here somewhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will.
Can you make it the art for this episode?
Yes.
Do we have art for episodes in this one?
Yes, we do.
We do? Okay.
We do as of like a few episodes ago.
Sweet. Okay,
so
make that the art
I
for
will
this
find
episode,
it and I
please.
will make it the artwork. I'll also show you guys.
Sandy looks like he's in pain.
What the fuck, dude? Wow, that was great. That was good.
It was
I like it.
Yeah,
So
I love
we
that.
It was very
We made-
sincere and, you know, what you want out of a child at that age.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Yeah.
not as like proactive in my teens, so I'm a tiny bit jealous. But God, that's a good.
The most I did at that age was volunteer to stack chairs in the band room.
Yeah, that's about the extent of
Yeah.
mine as well. It's
pretty industrious.
I volunteered to be part of a play that was not part of the school, so I had to go in during the summer and like rehearse this play, and I regret every day that I did that.
But yeah, we handed out these posters to just people who we met at the convention. Like, oh yeah, by the way, check out our channel. I think we had business cards too.
Sick.
Which is really funny. Like just a couple
fuck
of
yeah.
high schoolers like throwing out business cards.
Did you
for
go
Minecraft.
alone? Like, did you both just get tickets down there alone?
No,
Or did
we
you
went
go
with my
through-
dad.
Oh, okay.
He
cool.
took us down.
Yeah.
And that would have been wild.
Did your dad just go to the casinos or something while you were
Yeah,
at Minecon?
he kind of just hung out, did his own thing, kind of like
yeah.
went around.
Did some blow.
His dad was
some
at his dad was at the Dead Mouse party.
Yeah.
be so sick, actually. Fuck, if I was your dad, I would totally go to the Dead Mouse party.
And he shows you, look, Matt.
your business cards.
Yeah. And
I'd
look,
be
Matt, I got pictures with Dead Mouse.
and
And
they're
shit.
like, and you're like holding the business cards.
It's your dad in the
Yeah,
DJ
yeah,
booth
yeah.
with Dead Mouse and Notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that'd be so sick. You'd be like, my son has this YouTube channel you have to check out. You
have to check this out.
Hand it to Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
and
One of the people, so we handed out posters to random people, handed them out, got them signed by the members of the Shaft podcast, which I've since learned has been debunked as of like a year ago or something.
Debunked
What
or
do you mean
defunct?
debunked?
And like they don't do it anymore.
Oh, it's
so-
defunct.
Defunct.
Or just stop.
actually
DEFUNCT, like funked from
Defunct,
function.
yeah.
It does not function anymore.
Yeah.
Defunct.
I thought it was
Defunct.
Debunked mean? Are you a mythbuster, Matt? What the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah. that's what
Debunk this
debunking
myth.
is. Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. I'm stupid.
Okay.
Welcome to Grammarcast.
Welcome to Pick the Right Word Cast.
Yeah.
It's called grammar.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I picked the wrong word sometimes.
It's just like the
It happens.
fucking amnesia menu.
Look, it happens. All right.
It's cool. It's cool.
all good.
We're all human.
Yeah.
At least you two are.
And one of the people we handed out the poster to and got to talk to was C-Nanners.
Don't know what that is.
Oh,
You don't know who Catan
You don't know who
is?
Catan
No,
is?
the fuck Catan
You didn't watch
From-
the...
I'm
Machinima?
25, guys.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he's an older man.
I'm an older man. Okay, I'm past the first quarter century, so I get to have my existential crisis now, which is great.
You have permission now
Excellent. I'm
to
excited.
have it. Yeah.
Moloch.
Had his recently. Oh wait, wasn't supposed to say his
Yeah,
name.
you said his name. Hey, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I feel so good.
Yeah, but you've done it like 5 times.
Wait,
that was the first time I did it.
Moloch. Okay.
Put that over when I said our DM friend's name as well. Just
Yeah.
put Moloch there as well.
We have
Oh yeah, thank you for DMing our games, Mall.
Yeah,
yeah, we have one friend basically,
and he
and
just does
he's all of
everything.
these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
He's the archetypal
Yeah, maybe
friend.
we just say if we're ever going to talk about a friend, we just call them Moloch as like
Yeah.
as a buzz marketing.
Yeah, it's promotion for Moloch.
Yeah, no.
Go to Moloch. Sad boy
Podcast
beats.
Sad Boy Beats.
is sponsored by Moloch. We should just straight up have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
One of these
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
I mean, he's in a class with me and other Moloch.
Yeah, other Moloch.
Right before this, and Sandy picks me up from that class, and we come over here. We could totally just say, "Hey, you want to be on the podcast?"
Yeah.
tonight?"
I only have 3 mics though.
I mean, we can share.
Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna suck, but we could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or we'll just have him stand in the corner like Derek always does.
Yeah,
Every
right, like
episode.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going?
No, he's not allowed to talk.
Yeah, he's
so.
not allowed to talk, or it
Yeah.
breaks the illusion, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Breaks the illusion that we just broke. That he's in the room.
No, but like the illusion. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think this.
When am I not? I mean, tell me one time.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory was not a fucking indie game.
I mean, they weren't enslaved into making that game, so they were free people. They were independent.
Damn it, you're right again.
I replaced my favorite indie game, by the way.
Oh, what is it now?
It's MGS5.
Solid. Solid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good word to use for
good,
that game.
Good choice, yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Y'all see that new clip from
Death Stranding?
Yeah.
Troy Baker.
That
Troy
the person
Baker's
on the
in the
backpack's
game.
alive, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Didn't think that would be a thing. Cool
Looks like
monster
you got
design.
your hands full.
Oh.
Sound like fun?
Hey
of course
there,
it is.
Of course it
Norman
is.
Reedus. Looks like you're in a video game. Hey, here's a monster.
Was it
Guess
Leia
what? I'm in the
Seydoux?
video game too.
Was it Leia Seydoux in the backpack? Like the girl that was...
I don't know who
I don't
Leia
know.
Seydoux is.
She's a French actress. She's in the game.
Oh.
I don't
She was
know.
a Bond girl inspector.
I know that movie.
I need a glass of whiskey right now.
I was actually we were talking about whiskey in the drive over here, and I was like, it'd be great if we just all had a glass of whiskey while recording this.
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
And we
Right.
could hear the ice.
Yeah, we have to drink
Yeah.
it fast though, because then Sandy needs to drive me home.
The faint,
you need to drink it fast so that he's
It doesn't
not
affect
impaired.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you drink it real fast, it doesn't affect.
Exactly. Well, no.
how it
Then you
works.
have a longer amount of time to sober up during the podcast.
Oh, I see,
Right?
yeah.
Right. Actually, what am I talking about? Do you have your full license? No. Damn. Okay. Because then you could have a beer before you drive.
It's fine.
This is good video game podcast talk. This is a weird
This is
episode.
a podcast for video games. Settlers of Catan. Let's get that on Switch.
Switch.
Listen to Moloch.
Talk about Minecon 2011.
Minecon 2011.
Good convention.
Yeah.
Good,
That's my-
good experience.
How long was it?
2 days, I think.
Only 2 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's bigger now, I'm sure.
Have you gone to any conventions since?
No.
Really? Okay. Yeah. See, the thing is, I had a similar experience. I went to PAX 2013 and I haven't been to a convention since.
I went to a gun show, however.
Here in Canada?
No,
Or in the
in
States?
the States.
Okay.
What is
yeah.
happening right now?
No, this is good. Why? Where?
I won't say holy fucking shit. I won't say where this happened, but it was, let's just say it was
Why? Why won't you say
I was
where it
with
happened?
I was with some friends. We
Okay.
went on our annual. Let's go down to the States
and
for
go
the
to a
summer
gun show.
and do some camping and
Right.
have a good old summer camp.
Right.
And just for this one time, one of us had to go back because they had to they got scheduled a shift at a weird time.
Okay.
When they booked the time off, like, oh yeah, I got to go back up to Canada and then I'll come back down.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of sucked. And so that day we're like, well, we don't really want to do anything without him. There's a gun show happening, I guess. Why not?
Could you live fire? Could you shoot the guns?
It wasn't. It was just like a small community center that was rented out, and just was a place to see guns and possibly purchase guns. And this was, again, I don't want to say where this was, but this was, let's just say, in a part of Washington that is, say it leans more to the right.
Spokane.
I don't remember where it was, but
Spokane? Okay. That's the one time I've ever been wrong in my life.
You can't see it now, but Sandy's having a small crisis. As he
No crisis.
he
Balls of
grapples
steel,
with his
heart of gold. I'm alloy man.
fingernails of tin.
went to the gun show and just looked at some guns.
Cool. What was your favorite gun?
Favorite gun? They had some very tiny pistols. They were very adorable. I have a couple of pictures to show you guys from this.
From the gun show?
From the
Oh my
gun
God,
show.
that's a lot of scrolling,
Okay, this
I'm
is, he is now going to show us a picture of him flexing, and he'll be like, here's the gun
Here's
show.
the gun show. Yeah.
The joke took a while, but the
Yeah,
payoff was
It was
amazing.
a very good build-up.
So this is just kind of just to give you a general sense of what this place looked
what
like.
we're looking at is a very nicely a red cloth table with many pistols on it. Many revolvers, it
Revolvers.
seems. Yeah. With
This was the revolver booth.
Okay.
They had different sections for different types of guns.
I should not have scrolled.
You
Because
did
I
the
just
cardinal
scrolled.
sin of phones, or you scroll through the photos of
Yeah.
someone's photos.
I thought there would be more pictures.
Yeah, and there's just a big old dick pic from Matt on the next picture.
I'm
It was-
sorry.
Well, you say big ol', but let's be honest.
We're selling some of this.
Yeah. I
stuff,
saw
some
that.
of that.
Yeah.
There's a
that
thing.
was- that was-
It's a
American flag with
artistic
two-
depiction
Yep.
of Donald Trump
This is
and Kim Jong Il boxing.
this.
Was that actually
Kim
what it
Jong
was?
Kim Jong Un boxing
This
against
this is far none my favorite picture from that day. I want you guys to take a look at this, and one of you describe what you are seeing.
What the fuck?
Okay, I'm just not even going to try to look at it before I describe it. I'm just going to start describing it. Okay, so it's like a tag of, I guess, a handbag. Tote'N Mamas, the brand for affordable leather concealed carry handbags. And in the picture below it are dressed in all black, wearing black sunglasses, a group of older women. I might even describe them as old women. At the bottom it says, coming to a town near you, as if it's a fucking movie.
As if it's a threat.
Well, maybe it's a threat, yeah.
I feel threatened.
Taking control in style, www.guntotenmamas.com. And in the fine print, Tote'N Mamas, a division of Kingport Industries, is a certified women business enterprise.
Excellent. Sandy's leaving out the most important detail, which is every woman is wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I just said that.
Did you? I thought you just said wearing all black.
Wearing all black and black sunglasses.
Oh, I did not hear this black sunglasses.
Yeah.
I don't listen to anything.
By the way, it's against a grayscale image of what looks like a city with skyscrapers. Or no, it's a warehouse. It's a storage facility with like a bunch of garage doors actually, and some fog in the back. And this font is of like something you'd find in a wooden crate that's being airdropped into a camp in Afghanistan for the military. There's some red as well. Yeah.
So if you would like to see this picture for yourself, I will
put it in the show notes.
That's the funniest part. I scrolled up on your phone, Matt. And there's a section of the phone where it says people, and it's the AI of the phone has detected each of the faces in the picture and made them into their separate people category. That's the best part of it. You need to post a screenshot. That's way funnier than this picture.
Oh my god. Fuck.
That's very good. I'm gonna fucking die. Alright, well, I can finally now say, holy shit.
Oh, God,
that's fantastic. I liked it. Good job, Matt.
Oh, I'm crying. If you're listening, I don't know why you would listen to the video version of this podcast, but if you are, the picture will go up there. You can see it there. Maybe I'll host the picture somewhere else. You can also check it out if you're looking through the show notes. Check them out.
Yeah.
You can also send that.
Oh my god.
What's the website called? I didn't even realize there was a website.
Guntotenmamas.com.
I'm surprised
www.guntotenmamas.com. Fuck.
We're going to guntotenmamas.com.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, that looks like a decent website actually.
That's a Squarespace website.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Well, it seems that way. I couldn't tell you for sure.
It looks very template. Logan, your afro's in the way. I'm sorry. Is that culturally insensitive? I shouldn't have said that.
Maybe.
Well, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. That's why I said maybe.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, they're hiding guns in handbags.
Yeah.
I love how they name their handbags. They named their handbags the GTM CZY51.
I think
This one's
CZY
got
means.
fucking bullet holes in it.
I think CZY means it fits like a Czech gun, like a one made that's made in Czech Republic.
Pretty pricey too. These aren't cheap handbags.
Genuine leather, man.
Genuine. Yeah, that's what it'll run you.
Genuine leather.
Oh, there it is.
There's the picture.
There
again.
they are.
Wow, they haven't changed.
So the picture for this podcast will either be
your poster
or that.
Can you have one of these women hold up the poster?
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be just recursive.
No. Hold up your Minecraft poster.
The Minecraft poster.
Yeah, just like there's a clear opportunity in that hand.
Yeah,
there. Just holding your poster.
Yeah, okay. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. I'm art directing live right now.
Can you move that down a few pixels?
All right. Well, there you are. There's Tote'N Mamas for you.
Gun totes for your gun toting.
What,
Mama?
What is this episode?
This Mother's Day, get your mother a gun and a handbag to match.
Jeez, yeah.
The CZY51 from Tote'N Mamas.
Visit us at www.
Tote'N Mamas is a certified women business. I don't know why it says that.
Oh man.
Anyways,
So now that we're 15 minutes into the podcast, how about video games?
Okay. I guess I have things to talk about, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of lost right now. We went into a lot of places.
Yeah, we're off the road.
I'm still whiplashing from you went to Minecon in 2011. Like that's like, and not only that, you were promoting your fucking Minecraft YouTube channel, which is just a 1-2 punch of just holy shit.
Different time.
Yeah. But wow,
Should really go back and find some of those older videos.
Yeah, I would love.
Was your intro music boom 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 the sound system thing or whatever?
No, we had a I'm pretty sure we had a like Minecraft dubstep remix intro at some point though.
What was that? Okay.
This is not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I understand. But the name dubstep itself is so funny for some reason because it sounds so stupid. It sounds like dubstep.
Yeah.
It was basically like somebody took a bunch of sounds from Minecraft and like mixed them into a dubstep song.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that was that was probably the one just before the drop.
Okay.
Just before the nut.
Ooh.
Fuck. Y'all know what the fuck I mean.
I feel like I missed the YouTube era by like a year.
Yeah.
Like it's like people 1 year younger than me, they had YouTube channels growing up, but no one I knew had YouTube channels growing up.
I didn't have one.
Having like a YouTube channel or even like a podcast is like the modern day equivalent of let's start a band.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird hearing. That's why I'm having whiplash with this. Is that like I just have no association with people that I know that they had YouTube channels growing up or like they did things related to Minecraft beyond I played it a bit.
Yeah,
right.
You associate with people who own apple orchards.
Yeah, well, that's now. I'm talking about like in high school, no one I knew owned apple orchards. Right.
I guess that would be pretty surprising.
That shit would be balling.
And they don't own it. They just live on an apple orchard, but they don't own it. The people who they live,
people who own it,
people they're renting from own the apple orchard. Right. So video games. I went to full indie. I went to full indie summit a few weekends ago.
Oh, neat.
And that's a independent developer conference here in Vancouver. And listened to a bunch of really great talks about how bad games are.
Oh yeah, fuck video games.
Primarily fuck gamers. There's a lot of hate for gamers that
gamers rise up, okay?
Fuck. Like it was amazing. It was really nice because like I don't know, I spend a lot of my time, much less time now on Reddit, and like I just hate the comments that happen on Reddit of like these self-entitled gamers who like go, these developers are assholes and they're out to take every penny that I have. And then I go to this dev conference and all of the devs are like, fuck gamers. They all don't realize we're people. And like, it was cool because there were several talks that ended up kind of meshing within this theme of like toxic gamer culture and how it affects developers. Kind of kicked off by the guy who made Monaco. So the guy who made Monaco, this guy named not Will. His last name is Win.
Will.i.am.
But he was the lead designer and developer on Monaco, and also one of the designers, or the lead designer on Tooth and Tail, which is a really good RTS game. And he was talking about how he has to engage wholly with the like awful people in gaming communities, right? And that's the only way to like turn them over, is to like engage fully with them and like also fully engage with the positive members of your own community, but engage with them even more, right? Show that that's the feedback that you want to kind of support. Which sounded exhausting. I was like, that's insane. Yeah. And then one of the guys who made Genital Jousting came onto the stage. So Genital Jousting, for those who don't know, is a game where you play as penises that try and penetrate one another's anuses. So it was a party game released initially, right? It was like...
It sounds like a party.
Yeah. So it was a party game where it was like up to 8 players, and there's a bunch of stupid games that you play. It's kind of like a Mario Party type thing, but you were dicks. And just this year, they released the full release of the game, which included a story mode campaign. And so I played through the story mode campaign.
Okay.
And it's a game about a guy named John, who's a dick, both figuratively and physically. So he kind of goes through life. He needs to find a date for his high school reunion. You kind of go through a bunch of attempts to attract women through like acquiring money or being an asshole or crashing a wedding and doing all these like zany antics.
All the classic ways.
Yeah, all these classic like dickhole ways of trying to appeal to women, right? And in between each kind of wacky antic, you go back to your house and kind of like stew in your sadness. Like it's kind of a very sad game that ends on a very sour, somber note of like you just kind of realizing you're an asshole and like maybe getting better. And I played it and I was like, that was weird, and like a bit of a strange way to approach like the
genital
idea.
Jousting.
The way to approach like toxic masculinity kind of in a pretty ham-fisted way, right? So he comes up there and he starts talking about the story mode. He's like, I'm not going to talk about the party mode at all. And he's like, the story mode was a concerted design effort to subvert gamer culture to try and inform them about their toxic ways. And he had the best slide of the entire conference, which was an image of the Trojan horse and people letting the Trojan horse into a city. And the Trojan horse was labeled as dick jokes, right? The people letting them in were gamer brains, and then inside the Trojan horse was progressive ideas.
That's fantastic.
And he goes over, there was a bunch of academic articles that he cited saying like, this is how you build subversive culture, right? Because when you make art games that are, say, about feminism, about toxic masculinity, about any of these kind of left-wing idealist ideas, right? You make them in these ways that are very overtly about those things, right? And then you're essentially preaching to the choir. No one who needs to hear these ideas or that you view needs to hear these ideas will ever play your game, view your art, engage with it at all. Like it's quote unquote worthless as a like act of social change.
Like kind of reminds me of how like especially on Twitter, like if even if you're just looking at like left and right as one example, how like separate they actually seem to be on those kinds of platforms, and like in their own like bubbles, I guess.
So this was a way of like pointing out the art bubbles that exist, and then going right-wing people or people who engage with right-wing politics or people who are just kind of like engaged in toxic kind of masculine acts, like following women home. In this game, you like follow a woman home to try and have sex with her and do like all these very creepy things, right? They don't engage with like high art, so they're like, video games, way to go. Like all these people sit at home in their little rooms and they play games and get angry, right? So we're going to make a game about dicks that will appeal to people who have like these wants to play kind of frivolous little stupid games, right? And then incept this idea into their brain.
Inject.
No, but it's inception. Right?
Incept?
Yeah.
Okay.
Incept. Yeah.
I thought you said insect.
No, incept.
Okay.
I'm better at word choice than math.
Plants the idea. Oh yeah.
But it was a really cool talk. I don't know if it was successful. He gave a bunch of stats at the end, or not stats. He gave a bunch of anecdotal evidence about people who had played the game and had talked about how it had changed their view of how they acted towards women, right? And that's well and good, but when I went and read the reviews and stuff, it seemed like it was more misses than hits, right? But there was definitely some hits there, and it was interesting as like an experiment in subversive art, to see it kind of in this state that I didn't expect, like Genital Jousting. When I bought it as a party game, and then when I played through it, I was not the audience that they were aiming for, right? I already like was on the bandwagon. I was the choir they were preaching to, right? And so when I played it, it came off as ham-fisted, right? But then their argument was that like they needed it to be ham-fisted. They had like a bunch of like reasoning for it, but it was really interesting. And
that is super interesting.
Yeah, I got to talk to the guy afterwards. He was a cool dude. He's from South Africa, and they also made Broforce and they made Gorn.
The same developers?
Same developers.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah, so they're currently making Gorn and like some other unannounced project. But
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I had no
was cool.
idea.
Yeah,
because I totally just assumed like, it's like a fun party game.
Yep. Yeah.
And it is. Didn't know it had this subversive single player story mode.
Yeah. And it's pretty funny. It's similar to like Stanley Parable in its like presentation, and it has like a narrator who kind of says everything. Okay. Like the dicks don't actually talk. It's the narrator who does all the dialogue between the dicks.
Okay. I can see that working.
Yeah, and it works. It's like it's a good, somewhat funny, and kind of, like I said, ham-fisted in my opinion, approach to kind of getting that message across. But yeah, it was something that really surprised me at Full Indie. I was like, oh, okay, this was a cool talk that I was not expecting. Also, one of the guys from FTL and Into the Breach talked and gave a bunch of really good design tips. And WoW Into the Breach was a very different game before it released. It was going to be more like XCOM almost when they first started coming up with ideas for it. You like had a view of the world and you like choose places to go down on and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Interesting. I still haven't played it.
Oh, you should play it. It's a great game. But yeah.
Only if it comes to the Switch.
I think it's on the Switch.
Is it actually?
I think it is. It might not be. It might be coming to the Switch, but I think it's on the Switch.
I'm not too
certain.
surprised. I'm gonna be that asshole who's like, yeah, well, it's not on the Switch, so bring it to the Switch. Come on,
Bring Spider-Man to the Switch.
bring Spider-Man to the Switch.
Spider-Man looks good. I'm not gonna buy it. I guess I still gotta buy God of War. I gotta play that game.
I still need to buy a PS4.
You have a PS4 controller. I'm confused.
That's for the PC.
Oh,
Yeah.
why would you get a PS4 one for that?
I don't know.
Is it harder to connect, or is it still easy to connect to the PC? Is it like an easy thing?
It's easy for most games. There's a couple that don't like it, but
Because I got an
most part, it's
Xbox
fine.
One because I was just like, fucking Microsoft. It's probably going to be the least amount of hassle.
You're probably right about that. I think I bought it with the intention of trying something new because I owned a 360 and was used to that controller. I was like,
I like the heft of the
let's
PS4
give
one. I think
it's great. It's a
controller.
great controller.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked it up. I've heard that the Xbox One controller is really good too.
Yeah, we're in the controller fucking golden age. Honestly, every console has great controllers. Like the Pro controller for the Switch is awesome as well, and lasts like years on a single charge. It never runs out of batteries. And then PS4 is a great controller. Xbox is a great controller. If you're on Steam, the Steam controller is apparently excellent as well.
I've heard it's good.
Right, and now we've got the Xbox Adaptive Controller. Also, the guy from the Xbox Adaptive Controller presented at Full Indie, and it was the best fucking presentation. Also, a great design presentation. He was like talking about how like you view physical design for people who are like disabled or who have like mobility issues as a way of seeing like, oh, they have a disability in that like they can't interact with the world, right? He's like, but you should be viewing it as the world can't interact with the person, right? And he's like, and so our controller that we made, the regular Xbox 360 controller, is a failure, right? He's like, it fails to serve a massive portion of the population. And he goes, and we have to start viewing our controllers and our environments like that. It was a phenomenal presentation, so good. And then I got to talk to the guy afterwards. He had the controller all set up. I got to play around with it. He was like incredibly good-hearted and an incredible like speaker and like just a very empathetic individual, right? And God, that thing is cool. I got 2 pins from it because he brought a bunch of pins. So I never take pins, but got fucking adaptive controller pins. They're great.
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck, I love that.
That's really
thing.
cool.
And it's out now, I think, which is cool.
I was just about to ask, is it?
Yeah, it's like $100, I think, or that's $100 US, so it's like 150 Canadian or something.
8 million.
8 million Canadian.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Judging by how the dollar is now, yeah.
The only problem with the
About 8 million.
PS4 controller is that the triggers are not analog.
Yeah, but also
Are they not?
Neither
No, they're
is
not.
the
seriously?
At least the launch one I have.
Oh yeah,
the launch
it's not
ones I
analog.
have,
It's digital.
Yeah,
Is the Xbox-
it's either on or off.
Is the Xbox One? Are those triggers not analog?
They are analog.
They are?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought
the PS4 ones were, so I guess
I don't think they are.
Jeez.
I think I read somewhere that I wanted to find out because I was playing a driving game and it did not feel right. And I was like,
Interesting.
Yeah, that's garbage for driving. Then.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
I was playing TrackMania.
Yeah, I thought.
Fuck yeah, you play TrackMania? Fuck, I love that game.
TrackMania Turbo.
I think this one
Yeah,
is analog.
wait, is that the one with
though.
the rally cars, or is that the one with the? I played the one with the F1 cars, which is
No, the
TrackMania
one
Stadium.
The one I have, it's like each track has its given
Different
car.
car, right? Yeah. But fuck, TrackMania is
Yeah,
the
but
best.
I like
Oh,
the
God.
time trial stuff.
Yeah. That's like all of TrackMania is like I was so stoked when I found out Jeff Gerstmann played TrackMania the same way that I play TrackMania, which is just you just turn it on. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and you just like put on headphones and listen to whatever tracks are played within the server, and you just fucking drive around for a while, and you play with the keyboard keys. You don't play with the controller. You just like play with the digital controls, and you just chill out for a few hours.
It's just like a fucking remix of
like
Smells
Teenage
Like Teen
Mutant
Spirit.
Ninja Turtles or something. And it's great. And when I found out he does like 4-hour streams where he just does that, and I'm like, fuck, Jeff Gerstmann's my spirit animal. I love that man. God, I should play that again. That game is so much fun. Oh man. I love playing the like super speed maps, the one where it's just all speed ups all the time, and then you just like go. The entire track is on walls. And it's fucking great.
The PS4 version is not like that.
Oh, really?
It's got pre-made tracks.
Oh, really?
Like,
There's no like editors.
There's no user.
servers?
No, there is an editor. I haven't played with it. I've just been like going through the main ones and trying to get gold in each track.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Is there no servers? There must be servers.
I don't like playing online.
Fair enough. Okay.
I just like beating the time.
I played around with the time travels for a while, like the single player content, but I don't know. There was just something about playing the weird as hell user generated shit, where it's like you learn the visual language of track creators through the user generated things. Like you learn how because the tools only allowed you to create certain types of tracks, but then they have so many props outside of the tracks that can be all driven on. They all have like hitboxes. So they end up like building using these preset blocks different ways they want the track to function, but that were not meant to be used in the way they are. And you start seeing the repeated patterns of those types of track things being built together. Like, oh, when they put the billboard but horizontal here, they mean that they want you to turn like this, right? And like, it's fun. You gain like this visual fluency in the track creation that's just really cool, and it's just totally passive. Like you try tracks over and over and over again until you just start. Now when I get into a track, before I'd have to like spend hours to try and figure out how a track is supposed to be completed, but now I can usually complete tracks on the second or third try just because I understand how track builders put them together.
Right.
Fuck, that game is so good.
That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, so the PS4 controller sucks.
Yeah, PS4.
I'm pretty sure it's analog, though. Because I remember forever ago I was playing GTA 5 or something and just trying to... Because normally I just play it with keyboard and mouse, but I wanted to see how it was with a controller, especially for vehicles. I think I was able to drive around and have like variable speed.
Okay. It might be game by game basis. Then.
Maybe.
Honestly, TrackMania, if you're playing TrackMania, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't have analog acceleration.
Yeah, I should get like Gran Turismo or something.
Yeah, I think then it might work.
But I don't like Sims. I need like Need for Speed.
Yeah, Need for Speed or Burnout Paradise, because they're remastering that.
Yeah, right? They did.
Oh, is it already out?
Yeah. Oh, it's been out for months.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Fuck, I should buy that. Because I never played the original except for the demo, and I loved the demo, and I was like, fuck.
Didn't the PlayStation 2 have like analog buttons or analog?
Yeah, it didn't have triggers. Yeah. It was notably inferior to the Xbox controller because of that.
No, I mean like the face buttons. Weren't those analog? Which was like weird.
No.
But I thought they were.
They did call it the analog controller.
No, but that's because of the sticks.
The sticks.
Yeah. No,
I thought there was like one specific part of the PS2 controller that was analog.
Maybe. I didn't hear about this, but if you press the X button harder, would it like work better?
I don't know. I thought that like Metal Gear Solid 2 did something with it.
Okay, I don't know.
It was like one of the few games that took advantage of it, and Sony was like, well, none of the developers are doing anything with it, so I guess we'll take it out.
That's kind of cool.
I'll have to check. I could be wrong.
I'm kind of sad that they don't use the touchpad on the PS4 controller anymore. Right? Like, I think that's a cool thing. And now it's just like a weird, giant extra button.
I do like that there's a speaker in it.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah.
There's been a few games that use it that are kind of
Maga
cool.
placed. Maga removed. That's all I get out of MGS5.
Keep talking. I'm trying to figure out if...
Keep talking, Logan.
Okay, Sandy, what have you been up to?
A whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing?
And
just deep in design.
Have you guys seen Arrival? It's a good movie.
Yes. Have you read the book or the short story?
No, I just saw the movie.
So the movie's great.
Look at that waveform of me going,
But yeah, so the movie's excellent. I agree. And it actually captures what the short story is really well. But the short story is part of a book of short stories. And you would love them. Okay. Absolutely, you would love them. I think I could give you the book.
Okay, that's good.
If I can find it at home. But yeah, it's a book of sci-fi stories that all take sci-fi in really interesting directions. So you've got Arrival, which is a sci-fi story about language, right? And also kind of about time. Then you've got you get my favorite story in this book is called The Tower of Babel. And it's taking the original story of the Tower of Babel about this tower that led to heaven, right? And it goes, what if that was real? What if you were in a world where people were building a tower and they were trying to reach heaven? Right. And you take, like, the main character is a new architect who's going to the top to like build the final stages of this tower to actually, because heaven has been sighted, like they can see it. And most of the story is them climbing this tower for months. And like the cities of people that exist on this tower is so, and people who have been born and lived their whole lives on this tower, and how they like, they don't understand like up or down, right? At one point they like pass the sun, and like the sun is there, and they just like walk over it. It's so cool. It's like a sci-fi story told back in old Babylon. Like what would people in Babylon think sci-fi is, right? And it's this. It's so cool. There's another one that takes the idea of Jewish golems, right? Of like putting a piece of paper on the back of the clay figure. Yeah. And like, what if that actually worked? And what if it became an art or a science that people could apply, and then take it to modern day when that occurs? And what is technology like? Right. It's so, all of his stories are so cool in that way. Another one that's like a page long is an article out of Scientific American, right? After the singularity has happened and a portion of the humanity has kind of assimilated with it and become higher beings. Right. And the entire article is just about, so what does it mean for normal human science now that we've got this kind of higher order of intelligence that now speaks in a completely different language than us, and most of like human science now is decoding the language of these higher beings to understand the scientific like breakthroughs that they've had and translate it back to normal people. Right. It's so cool. God, that guy's a great writer. And I think you'd really dig a lot of it. But yeah, Matt, did you find what you were looking for?
I did. This is what I was able to dig up, talking about pressure sensitive face buttons. Hello. This comes from Stack Exchange of all places. Somebody was asking about what are analog face buttons, and this answer comes from Agent 86, resident expert on analog face buttons. In this context, digital buttons have two states, on and off. Meanwhile, analog buttons have multiple states, usually correspond to how much pressure, blah, blah, blah. PlayStation controllers from the PS2 and PS3 generations typically have pressure-sensitive face buttons.
Wow.
This means that the triangle, square, circle, and X buttons are not simply on or off, but are capable of detecting certain differences in the amount of force applied and reporting that to the game you're playing. So the same way in a racing game, the triggers are analog, and that controls your throttle.
Makes so much sense.
The original Xbox controllers also had this feature, but they dropped it in the Xbox 360, which breaks certain Xbox games that are otherwise compatible with the 360 software and hardware. Interesting, and yes, Metal Gear Solid 2, it seems, and also Metal Gear Solid 4 took advantage of this. Wow. Metal Gear Solid 2, you could, from what people are saying, I don't know for sure, take this with a grain of salt, you could gently release your thumb off the face button to lower your weapon in MGS2. Oh, wow. And in Metal Gear Solid 4, it was used in a few different ways, one of which was in cutscenes. You could zoom the camera in and control the zoom in an analog way with the face buttons.
That's hilarious. Okay, so this makes sense now, because I remember I picked up Gran Turismo 4, the game that was in development for 20 years or something. And I remember it released, and like at this point, all racers were using the triggers to accelerate. And Gran Turismo 4 comes out and it's like X button to accelerate. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? I'm like, this is a sim too. This is like the hardest of core sims, right? And they're using an X button to accelerate.
Pulling a Mario Kart.
Right? Yeah, and but now that I know that it's analog, it makes more sense. It still doesn't make a lot of sense, but it makes some sense, right?
Yeah, like, if it was digital, it'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And okay, god damn it. That's cool. Okay. I learned it.
Yeah. Leave it to Kojima to make use of strange hardware things like that. Yeah, you gotta scream Lisa into the controller, and then a baby laugh.
Jareth
happens.
I'm enjoying a treat, Jareth.
All right,
I'm concerned. What just happened?
I have a demon inside of me, Sandy.
Oh, that explains everything.
Oh, hey, so Mist's 25th anniversary is today.
Is today?
I believe it is or maybe it was yesterday.
Oh, that makes sense. On Gamma Sutra, they just released the postmortem that happened on Mist
yesterday.
PC, so
September 24th, 1993, Mist was released. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, Mist.
Wait, September. That was It was released the year I was born. I didn't realize that.
Really?
That's cool. Okay. Oh yeah, 25th anniversary. I'm 25. This makes sense.
Yeah.
Good mathing. I'm really good at arithmetic.
No, you just looked at two numbers and saw that they were the same. That's not math.
I know. No, it. Well, I mean, it technically is.
Well, yeah.
You know what else was released
Technically,
in
you're a fish.
93?
What?
Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers was also released in
okay.
93.
Good,
Oh man,
In November.
this is good.
You know,
So it's going to be the 25th anniversary of 36 Chambers
Yeah.
in a couple months.
cash rules everything around me.
Cream, get the money.
Dollar bill, yo.
That guy who want to hear that Wu-Tang joint, he's still waiting to hear that Wu-Tang joint 25 years later.
Yeah. You know why I called, right?
What?
I don't hear that Wu-Tang joint.
Wu-Tang again?
Yeah, baby, again and again.
And then you got the Kung Fu. Oh!
Yeah, okay, I think we're losing Logan right now.
You should listen to 36 Chambers. It's a good album.
I don't doubt it.
I remember recommending it to you a long time ago.
Yeah,
Maybe even on the podcast.
I haven't been following recommendations for a while. Like
Yeah.
for the past few months or past few weeks, especially. Like a new Idols record came out and it's phenomenal.
It's good.
I've been listening to that band Holy Fuck that
Yeah.
I told you about.
Idols is coming to Vancouver, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to the show.
Yeah.
It's like early October that it's happening. I think it's like a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah, I like this new album. I fucking loved. Like this album, I like a lot more than Brutalism, and I liked Brutalism a lot.
Yeah.
But this one, it's just like, especially the one called Television, where it's like I go outside and I feel free because I smash mirrors and fuck TV.
There's a lot of great lines.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of great lines.
The boots are made for stomping.
Yeah, I like that one. Or
was
the
good.
fear leads to panic, panic leads to pain, pain leads to anger, and anger leads to hate. Yeah, there's just some fucking great lines in that.
Idols just, even in Brutalism, great fucking lines.
Also, a Scottish punk band I listened to called We Were Promised Jetpacks released a new album that's pretty good. And then a post-rock band I really like called This Will Destroy You just released a new album today. And it's also very good. So I've been listening to a lot of that stuff. Haven't really gone into
check those out.
other music.
Let me know if you do decide to go to the Idol show, because I might.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I think it's going to be like a split decision on the day. So I'll like text you. I'm like, I'm going to the Idol
What day
show.
is it on? Do you remember?
I don't know, actually. Oh, wait, I have it on my phone. 1 second. Talk.
I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Another great line from Brutalism. How many optimists does it take to change a light bulb? None! Their butler changes the light bulb.
It sounds a lot like Anarchy Burger, hold the government.
It's, on October 4th, it's a Thursday. And it's at like 8 probably. But it's at the Rickshaw. So that's
Sorry, which day again?
October 4th. It's a
Everyone
Thursday.
listening, get to the Rickshaw on October 4th.
Yeah, hell yeah. You can come meet me and I'll be I probably won't go into the mosh pit. I feel like it's going to be a really intense show. But apparently their shows are a lot different than their music. That's what I've heard, but I don't know in what way.
In what way?
Yeah, so I'm excited to kind
More
of go.
or less intense?
I think less intense.
Really?
Yeah, I hear less intense, but
I was talking to our good friend Moloch about this.
oh yeah.
Because we
Because now I don't know who we're talking about.
the real.
Is it the real Moloch?
The
Okay.
real.
Okay, cool.
Will the real Moloch please stand up?
Our audience has no idea.
He's probably standing up now. Listen to this.
Yeah. What's up, Moloch? You beautiful bastard.
How's that server going?
How's those sad
Oh,
boy
yeah.
beats going?
Hopefully better than my server. I'm having trouble setting mine up.
Anyways,
Anyways,
We went to see JPEGMAFIA
yeah.
a few weeks ago. That was a really fun show. Pretty short set.
oh yeah.
But yeah, like Mosh was pretty crazy on that, and he hopped right into it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Shit. That's sick.
Your man JPEG Peggy, fucking damn Peggy jumped into the mosh,
Okay, that's cool.
and
Peggy, yeah.
yeah, just kind of it was funny. Like, he did it like a couple times, and every time he kind of just disappeared from view.
Did he jump in with the microphone?
Yeah, yeah, he was just like doing the show, like doing his thing, like in the midst of the
And
audience.
was it like an intense mosh pit? Because I've
It was
gone to
intense.
shows where people do that, but it's like not that intense of a mosh pit. But like,
It was intense.
okay,
yeah.
wow, fuck, that's intense.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a sweaty ass mosh, and it's funny we were talking.
Wait, did Moloch
after-
go into the mosh pit?
Yeah, we were kind of like in and out of it.
Oh, okay.
We were kind of like on the edge, and we would kind of like go in once in a while and then like come back out, that kind of thing.
they were edging.
Edging. We were edging the mosh.
I love edging.
But yeah, we were in it for a little while, and it was pretty intense. And he actually had mentioned offhandedly that it's funny if you go to like a heavy metal concert or like I guess a concert like Idols even or a punk show, they're actually more like if somebody falls in a show like this, it's like there's a good chance they'll just get trampled.
Oh, seriously?
But,
fuck.
But like, or that's the way he made it seem anyway. The way he made it sound. Whereas like you go to like a metal concert and there's like this surprising amount of like camaraderie almost when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Somebody falls down, like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's
like,
every mosh pit I've ever been in. It's like
that's most mosh pits I've been in. Like every King Gizzard show I've gone to, people have been like super like, oh yeah, let this guy get back.
That's because they're like stoner rock, and I think stoner rock's a big kind of like peace and love type audience,
or in like psych rock.
Yeah. But like I've been to a few metal shows, and like every metal show, if I fall down, people are like, "You okay?" And they, like metal shows are the like extreme.
Exactly.
They'll pull you out of the mosh pit and sit you down by the bar, bring you a drink, and go, "Are you okay?"
Maybe I should go to a metal concert.
They're great. They're really fun.
Yeah, one of these days.
Go to like a melodic metal show. They're usually pretty exciting. They have a lot of like chanting in them.
Yeah, I was listening to a bit of there was I forgot the name, an album that came out recently from a band that I've also forgotten the name of.
Solid.
But it's metal. I'll let you know. I'll look it up right now, actually.
No, we gotta stall.
No, you guys have to stall. That's how this works. We just trade off stalling.
Is it my turn or is it your turn?
It won't take me long to find.
It's my turn, I'm assuming. Yeah. So I've started listening to a podcast about Spelunky, which I'm surprised has never existed before.
That's cool.
It's called the Spelunky podcast. And it's gotten me to start playing Spelunky once a day again, which is a really fun kind of meditative experience where you just kind of turn it on, play the daily challenge. If you die really early, you just turn it off, and then you just go on with your day. Now I'm getting way too excited for Spelunky 2. It's really rough. It's
2019.
Like, fuck that. Like, I'm so mad. And I've just like started watching gameplay of it at PAX because it was available at PAX this year. And apparently the line was super short. There was one station of it next to like some big Sony game. And I was just like, fuck, I would have spent literally all of PAX just playing that demo over and over again. But yeah, okay, so do you find the thing?
I did.
Ghost?
It is Ghost.
I don't know Ghost.
Yeah,
I think I have like
kind
one
of
or
more
two
metal
songs by him.
ass fucking album cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would
really
say it's
good.
more like that melodic metal almost.
Yeah, like crazy folk metal is also fun to get into.
Oh yeah,
like usually get cool people dressing up to those
folk metal
shows.
is fantastic.
Folk metal's real fun.
You know what would have been a fun
Viking
show?
folk metal.
I don't know if they came to Vancouver or not, or they're coming. Double Build, Mastodon, and Primus.
Oh yeah, my friend went to that show. Well, I think he went to that show. I think they came here.
Okay.
Because he loves Mastodon, and I really like Emperor of Sand by Mastodon. It's a great album.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to a lot of Primus, but
But that would have been
it would have been a
crazy
cool
show.
Yeah, I'm assuming Primus would open, right? I feel like Primus.
I almost feel like they would descend into jamming at some point.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, but
Like
actually, that's a good. Yeah, if you want to get into metal, Mastodon's a pretty good.
Mastodon's
yeah,
good.
and Emperor of Sand is an excellent album to get into it on. But yeah,
Was Sultan's Curse on that?
yes,
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a real good song. Yeah, anything to do with sand is going to be on that.
Listen to Sultan's Curse and then listen to King Nothing by Metallica and tell me they're not the same song.
Yeah, I don't know King Nothing actually.
Do it, coward.
Do it.
Fucking coward.
Well, they're not the same song, but they're
Very similar.
King Nothing and Sultan, so King and Sultan. But it's like the Sultan's Curse is about being lonely at the top, and then King Nothing is like pointing out someone who's lonely at the top. Yeah.
It's that guy.
Yeah. And then Mastodon's like, it's me.
Yep.
That's great.
It's him.
Yeah. Yep, it's me.
It's me.
Every time.
I'm the king.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of great music
A
coming
lot
out
of
right
great music.
A lot of fucking
That has come out.
great music. Yeah.
Go back, listen to some classics, you know?
Yeah, but I kind of bounce between listening to things that influence the music I'm listening to now, and like I think I'm on a new music kick right now, which is real good.
I kind of am too, actually. Yeah. New Aphex Twin.
Oh, I gotta listen to that. Yeah,
It's
I've been
really
meaning to.
fucking good.
Oh, really?
It's,
Shit.
It's
Okay,
a
now I
good
definitely
EP.
gotta
It's pretty
listen to
short. It's only like 25 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like
Gotta get on that
five songs.
IDM, man. I gotta feel intelligence while
Gotta
not
feel smart.
dancing.
Yeah. You're not dancing, you're gyrating.
Yeah, okay.
Very intensely.
Yeah.
We got new Aphex Twin is great. New Brockhampton is great.
Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about
That came out
Brockhampton.
very recently.
Dance
last
music
Friday.
for the tweed-clad gentleman.
What else have I been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of great shit lately. New Idols is really is really great. Although that's been out for a while now at this point. Yeah. Noname put out a new album that's really good.
Yeah, I should listen to that.
Yeah, it's good so far. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet.
I should listen to Noname just in general. I've listened to like a few songs of hers and like I really enjoy them. But
highly recommend.
Yeah.
New Guerilla Toss album is also very good.
I don't know Guerilla Toss.
Guerilla Toss is like it's like they're a hard kind of band to pin down. They're like an indie kind of psych kind of. I would say it's like a psych rock kind of thing.
Sounds
they
like
got going.
Yeah.
I think you would like it, and like very. If I had to describe their music, I would say it's very ecstatic.
Okay,
very
that's cool.
very wild and creative and interesting.
I'm into that.
Highly
adjective.
recommend the new Guerilla Toss album, Twisted.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Twisted Crystal. Go check that
Is
out.
it spelled gorilla or gorilla like
Guerrilla Warfare?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Actually,
I realized I just said gorilla twice.
Wait, that's not. Hang on. Is that actually normally how you? That's not normally how you spell.
That
Guerrilla.
is how you spell it. Yeah,
is that's how you spell Guerrilla Warfare?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I was like kind of questioning myself. for
GUER.
something.
Oh, also, I watched the new season of BoJack Horseman, and that's real good. I'd recommend if anybody watches BoJack Horseman, you should watch BoJack Horseman if you don't.
Don't watch it.
You know what? That's
Instead of that,
yeah.
watch Norm Macdonald Has a Show.
Oh, is it out now?
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix? Or
It's on
all the
Netflix.
episodes out? I'm assuming.
Out now.
All the episodes.
Oh shit! I'll watch.
Yeah, watch that instead.
Before we get far away from it, one more album, which again has been out for like a month at this point. But Taboo by Denzel Curry. Go check that one out too. Very good.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to that Guerilla Toss album. That's it.
Yeah.
Not even Noname. Fuck.
Oh, also update on the RuneScape on my phone front.
Oh yeah, give us the weekly,
I know everyone's
bi-weekly
on the
update.
seat there. I'm now in the cooking guild through killing a bunch of cows to up my attack, strength, and defense stats, and collecting all of their beef and then cooking it on the side. I have not tried to be a chef at all, but now the Chef's Guild welcomes me with open arms.
Wow.
And I made my first apple pie the other day, and I felt like I truly achieved something.
Apple pie with beef in it.
So there's a old school RuneScape, still only available in Canada. Thank you, soft launch in Canada. Fuck you, America. You have to wait till the end of October. Eat a
Fuck
dick.
you. If you live in America, turn this fucking podcast off.
No, we need you.
Please, we've only got 5 audience members.
Still looking for a
12
sponsor.
of them.
They're all
And
named
12 of them are
Moloch.
Moloch, yeah.
They're all
12 out of the 5 are.
Yeah, maybe instead of having a sponsorship section where we have real sponsors, we just like just say, hey, check out our friend's shit.
And he doesn't even like normally with a sponsorship deal, you're getting paid to promote somebody.
It's like, hey guys, check out
come on.
Moloch's music. Also play Virtuo's games. What else? What are other
Listen
people?
to 36 Chambers.
Metanauts games. Metanaut has a VR company. They're making a Rube Goldberg machine game, but it's not called Ruberg anymore.
Oh, is this our other friend Moloch?
Yeah, our other friend Moloch. So you should buy those games.
It's good.
when they come out.
I saw a bunch of people play testing it. Some of them were getting frustrated because the glue wasn't working properly.
Shit, I was supposed to playtest that, and then my schedule just like.
I was supposed to play test it the time we got together, and then never got around to it.
I think I missed that. Time
You missed that one,
together, yeah.
and now I'm working and I can't play test it because it's in the afternoon. Damn, fuck. I'll play it when it comes out.
All right, should we wrap it up then?
I think we should.
Do we have leftovers?
We don't.
Very
I can
sad.
play the music though.
What
Sure.
time are we at?
We are at a hour 30 podcast time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this podcast goes long.
Can we grab food on the way back to the campus,
Yeah.
like at a fast food place or something?
Yeah,
Sweet.
okay. What's more gross, puke or shit?
I'm gonna say puke.
Yeah.
hands
Well,
down.
also it depends what state both of those are in.
Okay, the nicest of each.
Puke.
Definitely puke is worse.
Puke is worse?
Puke. Yeah.
Without a doubt in
Without
my
a doubt,
mind.
puke,
Okay.
puke is worse.
Like easy, no contest.
Wait.
Like, to clean up.
Cleanup is definitely than shit.
Clean up with
Easier.
shit is worse. Shit is easier to clean up.
Yeah.
If it's a nice shit.
Yeah. Because it's usually just like it's just there.
Okay, let's say
it up
they're
in your
both in the same state of they're both liquid, let's say. Because puke is obviously liquid,
shit.
but then shit is worse.
Shit is the worst. Yeah.
Liquid shit.
Liquid shit's awful.
Okay.
I don't want that. I don't want that anywhere near anything.
Okay, how about this? Not to clean up, but what would you rather do? Like, you're at the sickest you've ever been. Which one of these do you want to do to feel better?
Puke.
Puke, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like,
Puke is way worse in the moment, way better after the moment.
Exactly.
Shit is way better in the moment, I find, but doesn't make me feel better.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just like, well, that was an awful experience.
You've never had taken a good shit and been like, I feel better now?
When
I have.
When I'm not sick, I do.
Yeah.
But when I'm sick, I've never been really sick, taken a shit and felt better.
Yeah, like I lick some kale and then I have diarrhea.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt, so it's good.
So yeah, as a reference point, since this still has to relate to video games, there's a game called You Don't Poop Your Pants.
Hey. Doesn't have to relate to video games. It's a games and comedy podcast.
It is a comedy podcast. That is how we show on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck your games.
Fair.
Fuck your games.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Americans.
Talk about liquid shit.
No, we
Sorry,
need the Americans.
Don't. We
Join me in the liquid
we took
shit
that
zone.
one back.
We need the Americans. They have all the guns.
It's true.
They got gun toting mamas on their side, dude.
True, yeah.
They got
You
all the
want
gun
that?
shots.
You want that in front of you in the battlefield?
Where else are you gonna get your gun?
Or do you want that beside you?
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
That was a question, by the way.
You want that beside
puker
you?
No, the puker shit question.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
the
We didn't
question.
have. Yeah. We
We didn't
it was at the
introduce
end.
it. Yeah.
Was there a jingle? Put the jingle in here right.
Well, I didn't know we were gonna have this segment.
Put the jingle in.
You said I don't have a question this week, so I was like, I
No.
assumed we weren't gonna do
The
it.
point was that it would arrive to me during the podcast, and I would spring it on you, and then you'd play the theme.
I guess I talked about Genital Jousting as the video game that I talk about. Was that my section?
Yeah. That's Logan plays a game.
I didn't. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, we did the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
We did it. Wow.
Oh,
we
man.
hit all the points we needed to. Holy shit.
Holy Fuck is the name of the band you mentioned.
Yeah. They
All
have
right.
an album called Congrats. It's good.
Wow. Congratulations is a podcast that I listen to.
Congratulations
What's it
is
about?
also an
It's just
MGMT
a
album.
comedian ranting
Okay.
alone. It's very Bill Burr, but it's Crystalia. Anyways, that's the podcast. This has been the Quizzicast, episode 31. I don't know what it's called. What's it called, Master? Notch Knot or the post?
Wait, we had a name.
Gun Tote'N Mamas.
It wasn't Gun Tote'N Mamas. It was.
Just name it www.space.
I'll sleep on it. I think it's
Yeah,
more fun
yeah,
when the
yeah.
audience doesn't know.
Yeah, don't tell us either. Just bring it on us.
I mean, this is the end of the episode.
No. Like before releasing it,
Oh.
just bring it on us.
Let's bring it on.
Just bring it on us.
Bye, Moloch.
Bye. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye, all 12 Molochs that we know.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the flip side.
Farewell.
There we go. Wait, let me give you a clip.
Fuck.